What's up, guys? So I know in yesterday's video I asked you guys to please let me know what you would think of what days during the week would benefit me most to post videos for you guys. But I, toying with the idea, yes, I'll probably have days during the week where I may or may not get a video up, but I'm just going to focus on getting videos up, and whether it's every day and I'm posting 7 videos in a week or I'm posting 3 videos in a week, I am just going to keep doing it because you guys keep watching, so that's what I'm gonna do. But today's video, I thought of today when I was in the shower. So, I mean, my hair is still kind of wet, so you can tell it wasn't too long ago. But this is something I really wanted to talk about. I hope you guys enjoy it. So what I wanted to talk about today is, I come Friday am officially 5 weeks out from my first show of the season. It's my first national show that I have ever competed in, and this is oh man, can you guys hear that thunder? Again, it's another rainy day. But it's my first national show, and this will be the first official step towards getting my pro card. I mean, you win your pro card when you compete at the national level. When you compete in state shows, you have to place, top 5 to qualify for national shows. And then from there, you go on to your national show level, and you have to win your class to then win your pro card. Now, what I want to talk today about is the ins and outs and the behind the scenes of a bikini competition. And, for them, honestly, for like any part of competition, because if you're somebody that's watching this thinking, maybe you want to get into competing, or maybe you want, to further your fitness goals and take it a step further, take it that next step, this is a video that is going to benefit you. And if you're just somebody who, doesn't have anything to do, who doesn't really want to have anything to do with the bikini world or competition world or anything like that, it's totally fine. I mean, continue to watch, because you're going to learn a lot about what actually goes into it when it comes to being a competitor. So the first thing I want to talk about is, if you're going into something like this, there's a cost. There's a cost behind anything and everything. And until I actually, sat down and wrote out what everything costs, I kind of, I would just cover things here, cover things there, never really realized, like, holy shit, like, what goes into this. And that's a big factor in this. There's a big factor when it comes to competing, because, I mean, you have to, if you're competing and you're 110% in this, you need to be 110% in it, like, to the T, involved, like, no matter what, because that's when you're going to be the most successful. So, starting out, if you're starting out, this is your first time competing, whatever, I would highly suggest researching and getting a coach that is going to benefit you in the long run, that is going to take you to where you want to go in this lifestyle, in this world of competing. So coach-wise can range you depending on who you're with. I mean, I've seen prices from $150 a month up to like $400 a month. It is a huge range, a huge range. And that's what really goes into researching your coach. Research your coach, research how the people that train with him, ask them, how do you feel about him or her? What do they do for you? Are they easily accessible? Do they respond to you when you have to ask them a question? That was one thing that, hold on, rain's getting in my house. Okay. That was one thing that I was like very, very happy with when I started training with my coach is if I ever have a question or if I have something that like I'm unsure about, I can text him, and usually if it's not right away, it's like within an hour or two he responds to me and I have my answer, and I don't have to sit here guessing and wondering, you know, like, oh, is this gonna ruin my diet? Should I or shouldn't I be eating this or doing this or drinking this or whatever? So long story short, research the coach, get the coach that you know is, or after researching, that you feel is going to benefit you the most. My coach is Jake. Again, I've talked about him before. This guy has his shit to a T. He is like a freaking wizard, man. And he's with Bomb Squad Fitness. So go ahead and look him up. Talk to him, you know, check him out if you're interested in starting to compete. Now, the next thing that you need to think about is going along with competing, there's a diet. Eating healthy is way more expensive than just running to the nearest McDonald's or, you know, picking up something that's just on a whim off the shelf. And I don't understand that. You know, I feel like if healthy food was cheaper and made like more easily accessible to people, we would not be in the state that we're in with our country, where childhood obesity is at an all-time high. Our overall health rate in the US is so bad, and it's just, it has so much to do with the fact that what we put into our bodies, you know, even like marketing, like something on it will say, oh, low fat or low calories, or that is like, it's like bait. It's like bait for a fish. Like, just because it says low fat doesn't mean that it's healthy on any level for you. Flip it over, compare it to the thing that is the regular amount of fat, and it's usually only a gram or two difference in fat. Like, low fat does not mean it's low fat. And just because it's low fat doesn't mean that that's the best option for you. So please take that into account when you're looking at products and when things are advertising to you, because that is not, it is, like I said, it is like bait. It is like a worm on a hook for a fish. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Eating healthy is more expensive. So if you're going about this, make sure you budget. Make sure you figure out, you know, how much you're going to spend on a weekly basis. How much you're going to, you know, or how much time you're going to take to like do this. All of this takes a lot of time too. Now, so now we have our coach and we have our food, and now we need to go into your working out. Again, with that, the cost, there is a gym cost. If you're working out at home, great. If you like don't need to worry about a gym cost, by all means, that's more money that you can save and put into this somewhere else. But gym costs are anywhere from, you know, a sign-up fee. Some places have $0 sign-up fees. Some places have $30 sign-up fees, and even more than that. And then you're looking at like your monthly rate as well. Also, you have to think about, okay, now I have this gym membership and I'm eating healthy and I have my coach. Now I have to plan my day around, when am I getting to the gym? When am I devoting that hour to 2 hours or however long that you are going to be there? When are you devoting yourself to that? Because if you are going into this and you are going into competing, you have to make it to the gym. You can't just step on stage and be like, yeah, I just ate healthy and now I'm skinny. No, if you want any accreditation or any form of somebody to look at you and be like, that girl knows her shit or that guy knows his shit, you need to have some sort of muscle on your physique. Some sort of muscle on your physique, so then, you know, when you do get to your leanness for when you step on stage, you're still going to have muscle, but you're still going to be super lean, and you're not going to just look like a string bean up there, because that's not really the look that they're going for these days. Okay, so recap. Again, we have our coach, we have our food, we have our gym. And now the best part of all, when it comes to, you know, getting close to your competitions, you need to look into getting a suit. Now, I've seen suits priced from stuff that's not super blingy is priced from about like $175, $200 up to the extremely blinged out max best designer you could possibly get is over $1,000 you're paying for a suit. It is crazy. Then you're also paying for jewelry. You're paying for your shoes. Like, there's everything that goes into it. You're paying for a posing coach. You know, you can research and do all of the, you know, YouTube videos and everything out there of posing videos, but there's nothing like having somebody in front of you telling you, no, turn that out that way. No, that doesn't look good. No, rotate your body this way. Like, you need it. You just need it. At least for me, I felt like I need it. Even if it's only 1 or 2 times while I'm prepping, that is part of my prep. That is part of my checklist that I check off and make sure I get in with my posing coach. My posing coach is Kate Lane. She is the absolute best. I love her, and I swear to God, I could not be successful in this without her. So now from there, now we have our suit and our jewelry and our shoes and all of this. Now our next step is picking your competition. What competition are you going to do? Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you are, like, I'm competing on a national level. To compete on a national level, you have to first qualify on a state level. Last year, I did 2 state shows. I did 1 in Illinois, right? Yeah, 1 in Illinois. It was in Ottawa. And then I did 1 2 weeks later in Wisconsin. In both of those, you had to place to qualify. And I won my class in, I'm bikini class A, so I'm in state shows, it's usually up to 5'2". On a national level, bikini A is up to 5'1". So I still fall into that bikini A category when I'm going into nationals. But I won my class back in October, and then you compete for your overall against, if there's 3 classes, 4, 5, 6, the top girls from each class will then compete against each other for that overall title. Now, 2 weeks later, I went to Wisconsin. Again, I won my bikini class and competed for overall again. Both times it was snatched right out from underneath me, which is a-okay, because if anything, wanting that so bad and not getting it just freaking lit that fire under my ass and kept me going. So now that I have competed and completed qualifying for nationals, now I'm on my national level. So you need to choose a state show first, you need to place well, and then you can move on to your national level. Now, going into my national shows, I started adding up the cost of things, because your state shows, yes, you have entry fees, and your entry fees are anywhere from right around like $100 to like $125, $150, depending on, you know, where you're at. Well, national level shows are anywhere from $200 to like $225 is what I'm paying right now for my shows. Then on top of it, you also have to pay for your membership card. I'm competing in the NPC. NPC card ranges me, it's about $125. So now I have my coach, I have my food, I have my gym membership and my gym time. I also have my suit and my posing coach, and now you have your shows picked out and ready to go. So now with that, okay, so if you're local, then great, you don't have to stay at a hotel. But for me, even when I was local, when I competed only a half hour away from here in Ottawa, I still wanted to stay at the hotel just because I needed to be in my zone. I needed to fully mentally 110%. This was the final end to like my journey, my road that I was competing at, and I just needed to focus 110% because, as you can hear in the background right now, my little one does not always allow peace and quiet and me to just clear my mind. Okay, so then you're looking at your hotel fees, and you know, hotel costs are all over the place, and so you need to make sure you have that covered. Now you also need to make sure that you have the money for your tan. Your tan is your most important thing. I screwed up big time on one show. I did not do the host tan, the host for the show tan. I got a tan outside of there, and it was just a mess. It just did not go well. It didn't look good on stage. It was just not good. So if I can give any advice, I would say Go with a tanning company that is well known, that will be there for the show day, that if there is a mess up, if you have a streak, a line, or whatever, they will be there to fix it. Hold on one second. All right, Miss Thing needed more food, so we're eating our organic mac and cheese now. Okay, so, tan, yes. So, long story short, just book your tan with a well-known company and it'll save you so many more, like, avoid the headaches, because learn from me, learn from the mistake I made. It was not good. It was just not good. That whole show was just not good. Okay, so now that we have that covered, okay, so after your tan, if you are not good, if you are not skilled in the hair and makeup department, you need to pay for your hair and makeup, because it is going to make a world of difference. There is a huge difference from somebody, like, from your day-to-day makeup to stage makeup. And I'm telling you, those lights, if you don't have the right makeup and the right, like, tone, color, whatever, it is going to wash you out and you are going to look like you have nothing on that beautiful face of yours. So that can range you anywhere from like $100 for hair and like $100 to $150 for makeup, up to, like, I don't even know, like over $200, because I've heard some crazy prices before. Luckily for me, I do hair, I do makeup. I know on most of these videos I'm barely wearing any makeup, but that's because when I go to work, I have to put my face on and, you know, be 110% and do my hair. So when I'm at home, I like to relax and give you guys my raw, real me look, because if I don't need to doll it up, I really prefer not to. So after hair and makeup, okay, so we have our hair, our makeup, our tan, everything's done. Great, you're ready to go. You throw that suit on, and you know what? Now it's time to step on stage. And this is where that posing coach comes in handy. Because if you don't have confidence in your posing, you're going to step on stage and those judges are going to know that you are not confident in yourself, or that, you know, you stumble over yourself, or your angles aren't right and they can't look at you. And I'm telling you, just from like listening to people and listening to judges and talking to judges, if you don't catch their eye like that, they kind of go on right to the next person, which, I mean, it's just the name of the game. That's why you kind of, if you're going into this and you're thinking about going into this, you need to go into this wholeheartedly, 110%. That way you get the most out of this for you. And you see if you really, really enjoy it. Now, for me, when I stepped on stage my first time, I did a OCB competition. It was a natural competition. And I, you know, went about, like, natural shows do it a little bit different than NPC shows do it. Natural shows, you even bikini, like, will pose to music and they have a little routine and whatnot. So I went out there, did my routine, and you'll do comparisons in the morning. There's a morning show and a night show. Oh, by the way, there's cost in that as well, because if you have people coming to watch you, don't think they're not going to charge you for those tickets. And tickets can be anywhere from morning show being $25 up to night show being my national show. Night show, there's like a $70 ticket. And I told my mom and my dad, I really only want you two coming because it's crazy for the cost of it. There's no reason that I need to have, you know, my sister and friends and all that stuff there, because it's just, I feel bad at making them pay that money. I feel like I should cover it for them to come watch me. But anyways, so morning show, you do your comparisons, and then your night show, you'll go out and do your, you know, your little, like I said, OCB. It was, I think, like maybe a 30, 40, maybe a minute routine, not 100% sure. But for MPC, I just went over this with my posing coach for my nationals. I have like literally, I think from the time I walk out to the center, I have like 10 seconds to hit my poses, make sure I'm hitting every single pose that like I need to highlight the great parts, my go-to, like, I guess my go-to poses, my go-to moves, you know, that are going to show off my physique the best. and then you're off and they're on to the next girl. So when they do your comparisons, they pull you out, you know, you come out depending on how big your group is. Sometimes they'll divide the group and then they'll look at everybody and then they'll pull, and then everybody will stand back and they'll pull out their first call outs. First call outs are where you want to be. Majority of the time they're going to pull out 5 to 6 girls. Sometimes they pull out 7. They'll move you around. If you nail it in the center and you stay there, congratulations, you are almost 110% guaranteed that number 1 spot. Yes, there are times when that doesn't happen and you get 2nd or 3rd, but more times than not, you are center, then great, you are good to go. So then you go off and you come back for the night show. Night show, then, you know, you'll come out, do your, like I said, for nationals, it's like a 10-second thing, and then they pull everybody out, they'll call out their top girls or whatever, and then they hand out awards, and there you go. And then if you win your class, then everybody else leaves, you stay off backstage, they'll call all the top girls from each division back on, and you compete for your overall. Now, when you are in a state show, you do not win your pro card on a state show level. You have to wait, like I said, until a national level show. So that's why these 2 shows to me are going to be, I'm putting not that I haven't put my all into my past shows, but you know, I mean, like, I'd be lying if I said in my stage shows I didn't, you know, sneak a cheat of something here or there. These national shows, I won't even take a bite and spit something out. I will not. This is 125% all of my effort, all of me into this, because I want this damn pro card so bad. I want to just, you know, that is my goal that I'm focused on right now. I have goals written for past my pro card once I get my pro card, but right now I feel like I am so close to this. I can taste it, and I just need it. I want it. It's going to be mine, I promise you. And that's why I started these videos, because I wanted to document the whole way up into these national shows, so I have everything documented right before I get that pro card. And I know I might sound like I'm being cocky or overconfident or something like that, but I just am putting it in my head that I'm not saying if, I'm saying when I get it, because whether it is in these first or second show this year, or if it's another national show, I know I'm gonna get it, because I'm so dedicated and devoted to this sport, and that's what you need if you're going into this for, you know, a goal other than just to step on stage for one time and, you know, see what it's like and call it quits, because that's totally fine too. Pushing yourself to the level of being committed to something like this and going, whether you place or not, knowing you finished something as hard as competing for a bodybuilding competition, putting yourself through hell and just, you know, like eliminating things out of your life that you enjoy, taking like time away from your friends, family, and all that, to know that you made it all the way to the end. Like I said, whether you have a trophy or not, you should be so proud of yourself, because it is a difficult thing. It is a very difficult thing to do. And you know, a lot of girls I know compare themselves to the person standing next to them, or will scroll on Instagram and look and be like, oh, you know, like she's gonna win. Don't compare yourself, because you have no idea. You go into this confident and ready to go and know that you gave it your all, and that's all that you should, honestly, that's all that like you should care about. You should care about how well and how much of a wonderful change you made for yourself. Now, there are things that end up happening after bikini competitions that all of us have dealt with, but that's for a whole different video. So all I wanted to talk about today in this video was pretty much what goes into the behind the scenes, the cost and everything of a bikini competition. So if you are watching this wanting to get into the bikini world or into the competition world at all, whether it's bikini, figure, fitness, bodybuilding, whatever, I hope this video helped you. So please, please, please like it, share it, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Toodles.